hipster Jhoira, original hipster from the spirals of time.
Howdy ho, Winslows. Plastic Cactus here going first in another Commander game. Ooh, you're playing the Riku of Two Reflections. As played by Jessalee21. Keeping this lackluster hand, but only because the Wayfarer's Bauble and the Electrolyze and the Jhoira are all possible. Well, and now the Strip Mine as well. Makes things even a little bit better. But when you have a Jhoira online pretty early, things are, and a time crafting for that matter, things look up. And Spin into Myth for Riku is really the way to do things as well. That's definitely the way to do things. So what do we get? I guess we get a mountain. I guess we get a mountain since we already have an island. Granted, there are 3 island things that are pretty good, you know, things that cost 3 islands, but I don't have any right now. So we're just gonna pretend we're not gonna get them for a while. Alright. Yeah, mountain. Yeah, get that mountain in there. Get that mountain into play. Every motherfucker's here today. Get that mountain into play. Every motherfucker's here today. Here today. Here today. Now. You have some kind of red removal for my Jhoira. Or maybe you would just want to steal it like Black Ops did in that last game. We'll see. We'll see. I bet you he has something. He has some answer. Few people allow Jhoira to get one thing up in the air. Not that I really have anything I want to do, because Duplicant, will it get something? He can play around that pretty easily. Like if he played something, maybe I would do that, but he's not. So he doesn't have the removal for Jhoira. I guess that's nice. I'm not in a huge rush to destroy any of his land. I don't need a concession this early, but if it looks like this Alchemist's Refuge is going to get out of hand, I will be doing such a thing. Exploring. Exploring. You motherfucking explored today. Ooh. See? Now that's something. I am happy to Colossus. Oops. Ha! Control Z. I'm happy to send Colossus up there. And I can take away 2 things. If I'm patient, I can just wait till next turn and get him down next turn. I think I'm patient. Sure I am. Or rather, I should do it when he doesn't have counter mana up. Which looks like it's nowish. Yeah, what is this, Remand? I can handle Remand. Sure, no problem. So, I will remove X time counters from this thing. How many, you might ask? Why, it's going to be 3. Correct. I will pay it. Done. You're paid. So, that's a Darksteel Colossus. Always yield. Cast. Jesus. So many fucking windows. And I will, this might be a mistake. Maybe is better to get the card. How likely was it that he had the stupid... Oh, it is. Okay, so it wouldn't have mattered. Counter target spell, its controller may draw up to 2 cards at the beginning of next turn. Alright, so I get 2 cards at least. So be it. Well, good for you, buddy. You got 2 cards left in your hand. I'm not going to let you get anything with that Ristic Study. I get 2 cards, you get 1. Fine, then. It did not. It's in a dumb side window where dumb things live. Okay. I swear upon all that is holy, there will be no Dark Steel Colossus this game. Why, thank you. I would love to draw 2 cards. Okay. Yes, let's use that ability. Really? Okay. Alright, so he's Halimar Depthing, or she maybe. I don't know, Jessie Lee. Sounds like a girl name, right? She's got the lady avatar. Maybe it's the champion over there, Jessie Lee, the lady. It's possible. There's some ladies that play this game. 4% perhaps of the gaming population. Alright, that's going to be spun into Myth. But maybe I duplicate it first just to have another guy and to laugh a little bit. 1, 2, yeah, I could still do that. Yeah, I'll duplicate first. Plop. Oh, this might seem like a waste of time, but it'll make him do more mana, and I'll have another guy out. I would love to use the ability. Thank you. Because if he does it again next turn, he's wasting his whole next turn, and then I just spin it into Myth. And he still needs a mana if he can even do that. So maybe that's not even a thing that can happen. Ah, the Sylvan Library. That's a good one. That is a good one. Is it Boilerworks? Less useful, right? Yeah, you're not going to do anything. Probably should have played the Is It Boilerworks there, but yeah, that was probably a mistake. I'm even tempted, if he plays the Riku, to electrolyze it before I spin it into Myth. Just keep this thing moving, you know? Because electrolyze does deal with it, and spin into Myth will deal with anything. So let's say, you know, I make Riku super expensive to the point where he can't play it reasonably for the next, like, 4 turns. But he plays something else that's massive and terrible. At least I have an answer for it with the spin into Myth. I think that's probably the ticket. But he might just do nothing, really? That's an interesting thing. Tells me he probably has some sort of counter. So what I'm going to do is send the Inkwell up in the air. Play the Is It Boilerworks. Come on back, Mountain. Now I've got the Electrolyze for Riku, should that be required, and I've got the Spin into Myth technically available as well. And I have the Fury Charm too. But I'd like to perhaps use Fury Charm on my following turn as a way to cheat out Inkwell Leviathan right away. Harrow. Harrow? You go right ahead and harrow up all the trees in the world. Send them all up into that dust storm. I don't care. I don't care at all. I know he wants to play his Riku before he plays a giant thing. I know that's what he wants to do. I'm not going to let him do it, but that's what he wants to do. Certainly has all the mana in the world. Nibby Mizmiz. Yeah, I'm going to spin that into Myth. And if he wants to counter it, so be it. You can do it. I'll let you counter it, then that'll be one less counter to worry about. Alright, this is going on the bottom, and the mountain is going on the top. I think that was the right move. Ooh, alright, so we're not drawing ideally. But I think at this point, I can just do this. And we'll have Electrolyze up, and that'll be it, I'm afraid. Just Electrolyze for his Riku that he wants to play. And thus we shall. Now this Sylvan Library isn't going to be as great for him because, I mean, it's still good because he's controlling what he's drawing. But he's not getting them because it costs 4 life, and that's a hefty sum from his position right now. Especially since he knows an Inkwell's coming down, and if he has a counter, he probably wants to save it for that. This could be nasty. Forest. Alright. So he gets to do it again. But he doesn't want to right now, because he knows he needs to put the counter up. But I don't think that matters, because I think he only has enough to do the counter once, and I have Venser. So, we remove 2. We can pay it. And I let him do that. Yeah, he's just killing Jhoira. That's fine. That he can do that. He can do that. I know he's fishing for answers and everything too, but I will also have a Venser. So that's okay. I'd rather save Venser for something more important. Now that may have been a horrible, horrible move, but only time will tell. Cast. Come on down. Yeah, I'm gonna keep paying that Ristic Study tax. I don't think Ristic Study is a great card. I used to have it in my Talran deck, and then I got rid of it because it wasn't really good. It was good in like the first goddamn 5 turns of the game, but then not so much. All right, so we've got Venser and we've got Electrolyze. He plays Riku. I Electrolyze. He plays something else that he can't replay on the same turn. I will Venser it. We let that happen because we just Venser something that comes down. Oh, Urban Evolution. Okay. Now I think the victory is ours because I think he can't replay whatever he's trying to do right now. So, barring force of will, yeah, it's over. It was over anyway, because I would have bounced it, would have got in with the Inkwell, and it would have been over. Man, remember when I was scared today? Remember when I turned on my computer and I thought, oh man, Jhoira is so due for some losses. It's coming. It's coming. She can't be this good. This can't be the best deck I ever made, right? Turns out it very well might be. See you next week.
She keeps it classic, standards a no-no. She keeps it vintage as a matter of fact. She thinks your music is just sort of so-so. She has a preference, but you probably never heard of that. Reject your disbelief, my friend. Or better yet, why don't you suspend Original Hipster Jhoira? Original Hipster from the spirals of time. Original Hipster Jhoira. In just 4 turns she'll start a victory climb.